Hi guys, so my name is Lanai. If you're new here to my channel, which you definitely are, welcome. This will be my first video. I love to read. I literally love everything about books. So I'm super excited. This is something I've wanted to do for so long now, and I can't wait. Today's video is going to be a book haul of books I've received over the past couple months throughout summertime because I have been getting into paperbacks. I really love paperbacks. But for the past, couple years of my life, I have been reading fan fiction. It's embarrassing. Not really. It's not too embarrassing, but it kind of is. Back in middle school, high school, I read One Direction fan fiction, Harry Styles, and now in college, I read Harry Potter fan fiction, mainly the Marauders. They're my comfort characters. I love the Marauders so much. I'm such a big Potterhead. So that's kind of my embarrassing personality trait, is that I just read fan fiction. So I've been trying to get back into paperback books. So I've been buying a lot of books, and I've read some of them, and I'm gonna give my opinion on the ones that I have read because I'm not a big fan of the ones I've read. So yeah, I'll give my opinion on them and everything. So let's get started to the video and talk all things books. I have my beautiful stack of books that goes further down. So for the first two books, it's like a part of a trilogy. It's the Simon Snow books. Oh my god. I really love this trilogy so much. So I read the first book, loved it, and I'm halfway through the second book. I'm still needing to finish it, and then I need to read the third book. But I can't find the third book anywhere at my local Barnes and Target. So I'm waiting for them to get restocked. Or I'll just order online. But literally this series is so good. I essentially got it because it reminded me of Jerry with Draco and Harry. It was literally just in my mind, it was like I was reading a fan fiction. That's all. I was just reading a fan fiction. So Baz gives very Draco vibes and Simon gives very Harry vibes. It's so cute. I love it so much. And yeah, this is such a good series. So the next book I have mixed opinions about. I have Meet Cute Diary, which is an LGBTQ plus book. It's about trans love, and I love that. The book is about this character. He is trans, and he has a diary online that he confines in, and it's basically just meet cutes with trans people in Miami, and it's pretty successful. And then all of a sudden one day, this dude's like, there's no way this is real. There's not even that many trans people in Miami for all of this to be real with. Because a guy will see a stranger and he'll think he's cute. And so in response to that, he will literally create this whole persona of things that have happened. And he's just like, this is my love story with him. And then that's it, literally. It's just him creating a bunch of personas and putting them online, and they're all fake. But they give so many trans people hope, and the guy's like, this is false hope that he's giving y'all, don't believe the bullshit. And so he moves to this town with his brother, and he's reading. The other guy is a big fan of the diary, and he's like, hey, I will help you, so we'll provide proof and we can see. And it's the fake dating trope essentially, and everything about this book is so great, the concept and all that, but I just really don't like the main character. They're too shallow for me, and it made it hard for me to read. It was to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. They would hold hands, and he'd our hands fit perfectly together. This is how I know we're meant to be, and soon he'll realize that. And I just that just got annoying. Next book I have is Honey Girl. This book is a sapphic romance book, and it's about this chick. She's very straight to the point. She has super organized, had these goals her whole life. She graduates with her PhD. Well, after she graduates, she goes to Vegas with her friends. That's yay, I did it. And then ends up marrying this chick, and she's like, who the heck is this? They get married, and she realizes she's lost, and so she goes to New York and spends the summer with her. All I can say about this book, I gave it 3.5 stars. I love the fact that the main character is a person of color. Reading a book where I could picture myself as the main character was amazing, because this was honestly the first book I've ever read with that. So I love that. I really enjoyed that. The second thing I enjoyed was the fact that it was LGBT plus. I love seeing representation, but it felt very Pinteresty. The author took a bunch of quotes that she wanted in the book and incorporated them versus it being natural. It's she was like, I want this and this and this. It was just too much. I feel like it was too much to be inspired. The next book I have is In 5 Years. This is just like the last book. The girl is very like straight to the point and organized, and she's getting proposed to, and then when she gets proposed to, she literally knows it's about to happen, everything, like she's so in control of her life. And then the night she falls asleep after the proposal, she wakes up an hour, like in 5 years from now, but she spends 1 hour in that world, and her life is completely different, like nothing like this. And so she's like, what? And so the book is literally just like her journey to come to accept that and kind of like get on track. And I don't know, I haven't read it yet, so I'm excited to read it. Let me stop acting like I've read it. The next book I have is Midnight Library. This book is really popular on Book Talk, and a lot of people are constantly talking about it. That's kind of why I bought this book, to be honest. Book Talk influenced me. A lot of these books Book Talk influenced. So yeah, this book is essentially about when you die, you go to the Midnight Library and you spend time in there, and it kind of reflects on all the choices you made in life. I think I want to do a reading vlog of me reading this book and a couple of other ones, because I want to read this book, but I also I've been putting it off because I don't want to ponder about life. I don't think I'm in the mood to do that. I don't think I'm in the right space to do that. We'll see. Okay, so these next 2 books I got remind me of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is literally my entire personality. Like, I am built on 3 books, and Red, White, and Royal Blue is one of them. So I got these because it was like that. I feel like it's like if you read this book, you might like this book. So this is The American Royals. I'm super excited to read this book. I haven't seen a lot of talk about it, which really kind of disappoints me, because I like to go into books with mine, opinions. So this book is literally about if America had a royal family, which, just to start off, if America had a royal family, you can't tell me that we would be unstoppable. I don't know, just something about America having a royal family, it just screams power. Something about it, it's just beautiful. So the royal family are descendants of George Washington, and this is about the descendants. It's about the princess who's taking over the throne, the second heir princess, and then it's about maybe one of the cousins who's trying to get the throne, and some regular girl falling in love with the prince. I literally am so excited to read this. I think I don't know, this book just screams, it looks so good to me. I'm so excited. I might start that book tonight, if we're being real here. And the next book is called Playing at the Palace. It is literally just screams Red, White, and Royal Blue, because it's about the Prince of Wales, an American journalist, and it's a romance, and it just looks so good, and it just screams everything Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I feel like maybe this would be good after you read Red, White, and Royal Blue, because you'll have that hangover, and so this will maybe this will be good to read. I read Red, White, and Royal Blue a year ago, so I wouldn't know, but I will definitely leave my opinion if I think it is good to read after a book hangover. I'm super excited to read that book. I can't wait. These next books I got are kind of inspired by my favorite booktuber. My favorite booktuber is Steph Boyer, and she is constantly writing about these books. These are her comfort books, so I want to read them because I want to feel connected to her. It's kind of gross. She's my favorite booktuber, and she inspires a lot of books I read. So since this is her favorite series, I really wanted to read it to understand, because I feel like the best way to get to know someone is through their favorite books, and these are her comfort books. So I got the Off-Campus series. I'm currently on the first one. As we can see, I'm a little more than halfway through it, and I don't really I don't know what to say about these books, because it's not my favorite now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. It's a good, but I'm not really enjoying it, just because it's very to the point of romance. There's no I feel like there's no really deeper meaning, but that's also because Song of Achilles is one of my favorite books, and that book is very kind of has a deeper outlook than just straight romance books. This is probably something I would have read in high school and would have thoroughly enjoyed. I am now a junior in college, almost a senior, so I don't really enjoy this book as much as I wish I did. But I'm still going to read the series because it isn't bad. So I'm still going to read the series. I was just kind of disappointed because I know that's Steph Boyer's favorite books, but I think those are her comfort books, which is completely understandable, and I can see why. It was just something I wish I would have discovered it sooner rather than later, because it would have been my go-tos. This book I got is My Policeman. My Policeman was apparently Harry Styles said it's his favorite book, so I was like, I gotta read it there. And then on top of that, Harry Styles is also gonna be in it, and why would I not read this book if Harry Styles is performing in it? Like, I'm such a big, like, I'm a diehard Directioner. I'm a diehard Harry Styles fan. Like, I just love him so much. So I got this book because of that. It's a gay romance set in the 1950s, and I can't wait to read it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the movie. It's gonna be so good. Is it gonna be a movie? Yes. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited for that. Yeah, I can't wait. Okay, so these next two books are very fantasy related, and I'm not the biggest fantasy fan, if I'm being honest. Like, I like fantasy and I love the idea of it, but sometimes, like, I prefer romance books because they're so comforting. Are they painful sometimes? Yes. But fantasy is just like, it has a lot of fight scenes and violence. And while, like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, sometimes gory, most times I'm kind of like, I just want my fluffy content. So I got these two books. They're fantasy books. Fantasy is also one of my book friends' favorite genre, so I also try to read fantasy so I can talk to her about them. So yeah, this book is called A Winter's Promise. It gave me very Harry Potter vibes. It's about, like, this girl who's one of, like, the most powerful sorcerers, I think. I don't know, but she's super powerful. She has 2 powers, and it's just her journey of, like, tracking through, like, the world and lies and this. Next, I got For Reborn, which I hear a lot about on Book Talk. Everyone says this book is super good. One of my coworkers is a big, like, fantasy reader, and she wants to read this book together, so we might do that. This book is, first of all, she's a thick book. She's thick. Also, it's about, basically, like, there's 2 queens, the Queen of Light, Queen of Blood. Main character, I think, is the Queen of Blood, but she is acting like she's the Queen of Light, and it just literally looks so good. I'm excited to read this book. I really am. It's just a matter of, like, putting myself in the mindset to read fantasy. That's the issue here. That's where we struggle. And then the next book, oh my god. So this next book I got because it reminds me of something I would have loved in high school. And I just had to, I don't know why I got it, because I don't typically love books I loved in high school, but for some reason I was like, I have to get this and feed my younger self. So this is Geekerella. It is the famous trope, which I really love, and it's about this girl who loves this, she loves Starfield. It's the series in the book, and the main guy is the prince of it. He's an actor, and they're having a Comic-Con, and she's always at these Comic-Cons, and the winner gets to meet the prince, and so she wins, and they meet each other, and it's just, it looks so good. Like, I love the famous trope, so I'm really excited about that book. I hope I like it. Okay, next I have Normal People. This book is about 2 people falling in love over the course, I think it's them falling in and out of love over the course of 10 years, and apparently it's just really real and relates to real life. It's not like how a romance book is with all the cliches. So I'm excited to read this book, but however, it does have mixed opinions on Book Talk, and I'm nervous about that because the last book I have read with mixed opinions was They Both Die at the End, and I really did not like that book. So I'm really hoping this is the opposite and I love it, because I'm excited to watch it, especially because it's also a TV show. And I want to read the book before I watch the TV show. So this next book I have is The Picture of Dorian Gray. So I read fan fiction, most of it is The Marauders, and in The Marauders they tend to mention this book a lot for Wolfstar fan fictions. So I got to feel closer to my comfort characters. So I'm excited to read this book. I already have the spoilers for it. Like, I got spoiled on one of the fan fictions and I was kind of disappointed, but at the same time I kind of expected that, like, what happens. So I'm excited to read it, but it sucks I got spoiled, so I know what happens. The next book I got is a Colleen Hoover book. And my thing with Colleen Hoover is, like, I want to love her so bad. Like, I haven't read any of her books yet, but she's super big in the romance road. Steph Boyer, she's one of Steph Boyer's favorite authors. I constantly see about her in Book Talk. Everyone says she writes, like, soul-crushing books. I am so excited to get into her, but I also know, like, if I like this book, then I will be obsessed with Colleen Hoover and probably try to read every single book of hers. But I also know if I end up hating this book, I'm going to be so disappointed. I'm going to probably read 2 to 3 more books and try to see if I like her writing style. So yeah, I think I will. I've just been putting this book off because I have, like, such high expectations for Colleen Hoover. This is November 9. It's going to be the first book I read of hers. This book is about this girl named Fallen, and she meets Ben. Basically, she wanted to be an actress, but she got into an accident and her body's all scarred up. So she's at lunch with her dad, and he's like ripping her to shreds, and he's like telling her what a piece of crap she is, essentially. And Ben overhears it, and he goes up to them. He's like, "Why are you talking to my girlfriend like that?" I'm so sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. So he's like, "Why are you talking to my girlfriend like that?" So they spend the rest of the evening together and end up really liking each other, but she's moving to New York. So they decide to meet on November 9th every single year. They don't have any form of communications, and they meet on this like one day. And it's just that, it's a series of this day throughout the whole book. I'm so excited to read. I love the plot, the concept, everything. So I might read that soon. But if I do, I'm gonna have to go buy a bunch of Colleen Hoover books afterwards. Maybe I'll do a vlog on that. Okay, so next we have why can't I read this? We have Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow. And this is an Enemies to Lovers book. It's about these two people who have been enemies their whole life, and they're graduating high school. And during the graduation, they've been competing for valedictorian and everything. And during the graduation, they have to, they do like this city event, and they're partnered together. And it's them essentially getting to know each other over this day. And I just feel like this is going to be so good. So I'm excited to read that. There's just something about enemies having like this warped idea of each other and it being completely false that does something to me. Okay, and then lastly, I have The People We Meet on Vacation. This book is essentially about two people. It's the quirky girl, calm guy trope. The quirky girl, calm guy trope. And it's about Poppy and Alex, and they literally have been best friends for so long. They go on vacation together every single year, and it's a past and present book because like the present trope, because something happens where they fall out, and so it's going back and forth between their vacations, and you see them falling in love, being in love with each other, and them falling in love. So it's a reconciling story. I'm super excited to read it, but the only thing is I'm not a big fan of the past and present trope. I don't know why, I just don't enjoy it. It's usually partnered with really painful books. I do read them because some of my favorite books are the past and present trope, but I just am not a big fan of it. So that's the only thing that's been putting me off from this book is the trope in it. That's kind of like the whole main point of the book. So that's all I have. Those are all the books I bought over the past summer. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't, and I'm so excited to read all of them. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. I love talking about books, and I enjoy being able to have the platform where I can talk about them instead of forcing my friends to listen to me, because it's my only personality trait is that I love books. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye! So that's all I have. Those are all the books I bought over the past summer. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't, and I'm so excited to read all of them. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. I love talking about books, and I enjoy being able to have the platform where I can talk about them instead of forcing my friends to listen to me, because it's my only personality trait is that I love books. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye!